Hi, I am here to talk to you about how to use the GELD's Early Learning Development Standards for 48 to 60 months. This is the standards that Georgia pre-K teachers use to fill out their lesson plans in order to teach their students. These are your bases on the standards we have to use for each learning area for the day. We have physical development and motor skills is our first one. And say I want to teach my children how to write their names. So we would need fine motor skills, which is all the way at the bottom. Down here we have the standard PDM-6. The child will demonstrate fine motor skills. I'm going to teach my kids how to write their name. So I will need to look at the standards here in order to figure out which ones I need. The first one is performs fine motor tasks that requires small muscle strength and control. That is something I will need to be able to teach my children. So my standard would be PDM6.4a. The same goes when we go further into it with social and emotional. And we have approaches to play and learning. So say I want to teach my children how to be flexible in the classroom, to be able to change when things are changing in the class. So I'm going to look for flexibility, demonstrates flexibility in taking on various roles in group settings. So I want to make a matrix or a chart and put it on my lesson plan so I can check off my children are doing that. So I would put next to it APL5 4B, which is the standard for flexibility and working with changes in the classroom. Our next standard, we go into language and literacy. Language and literacy is 2 pages long, so there's a lot that goes along with it. You are looking at reading skills, you're looking at speaking skills, you are looking through and finding phonological awareness, as well as knowledge of the alphabet, and printing and writing. So say we're writing in our journals on Thursday, and I want my children to be able to write some of the letters of the alphabet. So I would look through here and find my GELDs, and I would find the child demonstrates increasing knowledge of the alphabet. With prompt and support, can recognize upper and lowercase letters of the alphabet. So I would use CLL9 7.4a. And then I also want to come down here to writing because they're going to be writing them, where it says write some letters of the alphabet. So I would use CLL9.4d. Our next section is math. And in math, we have 2 pages as well. And this goes along with counting, sorting, patterning, being able to recognize shapes. And so if I want to teach my children and make sure if they know 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional shapes, I would come down here to the shapes area and I would read recognizes names common 2-dimensional and 3-dimensional shapes and their parts and attributes. So I would come over here and look at the standard. Now when you're writing this on the lesson plan, you do not have to put the CD that we have right here. You are able to put MA6.4a. Our next section is social studies, and social studies includes family, community, our geography, and awareness of economics, as well as history and events that happen around us. So, for example, we are using a carnival that has come to our town, and our children are talking about the carnival. So, what I would put in is explains and recognize sequence of events with accuracy. So that would be SS5.4a. And again, we don't have to use the CD. Our next section is science. And science is about animals, earth, weather, motion. And we also have creative development. And a creative development includes art and dancing and drama. And again, when you put in your standard, you do not have to put in the CD. And lastly, we have cognitive processes. So if I want to make sure that my students are getting along with each other and able to solve problems on their own, we're going to go to the cognitive processes and thinking skills. And here we have recognizes cause and effect of relationships. And we would put in CP1.4a. So that's a little bit of an overview of the GELDs. Thank you.